Hello and welcome to today's lesson. My name is Wes and this is Interactive English. And if this is your first time here with us, we are all about helping you guys practice and improve your English skills. And the way that we will do that today is very fun. It's very useful because I have an interactive quiz that I'm going to give you, and I want all of you to participate in this quiz and take this quiz with me. And this quiz is all about phrasal verbs. I am going to give you a phrasal verb quiz, which is perfect because so many people out there, so many learners in our community want to learn more about phrasal verbs. They want to practice using phrasal verbs because this can be pretty tricky when it comes to learning English. And they're very challenging for two reasons, all right? So why are they difficult to learn? The first reason is that you could take, the phrasal verb is made up of a verb and a preposition, all right? And you could take one verb and change that preposition. So let's take the verb take. And you could put many different prepositions at the end of that. Take on, take out, take over, take through, take back. And each of those phrasal verbs will have a different meaning. But not only that, the next part as to why it's so difficult is that one phrasal verb can have multiple meanings that are used in very different contexts. So this is what makes phrasal verbs really challenging, and that's why it's a great way. It's just great to practice because I think personally, probably some of the best ways to learn phrasal verbs is just to read. All right. Many of you, it's okay if you want to learn a phrasal verb and you look up the meaning. That's perfectly okay, but you may forget it later on. So it's good to keep reading because the more exposure you get to the language, the more likely you're going to remember. The next great way is what we're going to do today, which is just to practice our skills, and hopefully it'll just start to sink in the more you practice. All right. What's up, Gibson? All right. There you go. So let's just jump into it right now and let's take the quiz, okay? So for the first part, I've started from easy to difficult, all right? I am going to give you the question and I will give you some multiple choices, but I also give you the meaning of the phrasal verb. So here's your first question. Some learners think it's difficult to pick English, all right? What preposition completes that sentence? All right, so the phrasal verb is to pick all right, and I give you the meaning too. It means to learn. Okay, so how would you complete that sentence? Write your answer in the chat, even if you're watching this later. I want you guys to participate in the lesson. You have that comment section. Treat it like a piece of paper and write your answer in the comments so that I know you are participating. You are trying to improve your skills, okay? So awesome. All right. I see some amazing answers. Yes, Mohammed, Somasamdaran. Sorry if I mispronounce names. Husan, Naimo, Soresh, Lali, perfect. Junior, great job. The answer is A, up. To pick up means to learn. So here are some example sentences, and each one has a different meaning for pick up. I am not going to go through all of them. I'm just going to go through some of them. So again, you can see how it's used in context with each different meaning. The phrasal verb pick up, I will tell you, it has like over a dozen different meanings. So these are just a few of them. So like some learners think it's difficult to pick up English. You might think it's difficult to learn English. You can also use this in the context of picking up a musical instrument, or maybe picking up some activity and you're trying to learn it. Another common way it's used right there, my mom told me to pick up my room. So in this case, you're talking about cleaning and organizing your room to pick up you could pick up your bedroom, you can pick up the living room. You're talking about around the home, you're just picking things up, you're tidying up. Or somebody might say, could you please pick me up around 8 o'clock? In that context, they're talking about pick someone up, to go get someone. And maybe you're going to get them at home, maybe they're out somewhere else. And often you're talking about picking them up in a car. So it's like, hey, pick me up around this time. You're going in a car to get somebody. You're picking them up. And another meaning down there, who's going to pick up the bill? I think, again, once you see these sentences, you can try to put them in context, and I hope it helps and it makes it a little easier. To pick up a bill means to just pay, to pay for the bill, to pick up the bill. So again, I'm not going to go through all the meanings, but just a few of them. So again, you guys can see how they're used in context. And I understand, yeah, this is what makes phrasal verbs so challenging. All right. Your next question is right here. All right. So I'd say, I'm tired. I'm going to go turn. What would it be? How would I complete that sentence? I'm tired. I'm going to go turn. And the meaning of that phrasal verb, to turn, it's just to go to bed. Now, okay, well, I'll tell you in just a second. I don't want to give it up just yet. So again, if you're just joining us for this, we are taking a phrasal verb quiz in which I am asking you questions, and I want you guys to write the answer. Write the answer in the chat or write the answers in the comments. Don't be shy. Don't worry if you're making a mistake. Just, it's all about practice, 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 all right? So what does it mean? If you're going to go to bed, take on, take in, take down, take back, all right? So this one it is, I think, wow, okay, a little more confusing. I see Nilufar, excellent, all right, great job. We have also Arti, well done. Adnan, the answer is B, in. I'm tired, I'm going to turn in. So if you're going to turn in, it means you're going to bed. This one it was a little more difficult because I don't think that, it's not like people say that all the time. So this was a little more challenging. I'm going to try and keep making it a little challenging for you. But you could hear this if you're watching a TV show or a movie and just say, I'm going to turn in. I'm going to go to bed. I'm tired, I'm going to turn in. Another way that it's used, I thought this was too easy, which is why I didn't want to give it to you, to turn in, to submit something, all right? You were doing something, and it's often used in like a school context, all right? I want you to turn in your homework, and this is what I want you guys to do. Your homework right now, I want you to turn it in, and I want your homework is to hit that like button, all right? Hit that like button right down there. If you enjoy learning phrasal verbs, if you enjoy taking these quizzes, then that way I know, okay, I need to make more quizzes about phrasal verbs because everybody has turned in their homework and they have hit that like button, all right? The next context would be to turn in, like I gave it like, okay, turn your toes in, all right? You're taking let me line up, there we go. You're turning in, all right? Physically, you're turning your toes in, all right? You're putting something, forcing it inward. And then the last context, I tried to find a picture of a police officer. I think he looks a little like a pilot, but don't get confused. That is a police officer, little emoji person down there. He turned himself into the police. So in that context, when you turn yourself in, you are basically admitting to some wrongdoing, some kind of crime. So you turn yourself into the police, or again, that's the most common way it's used. You could say, oh, something happened at school. I'm going to turn myself in. I'm going to admit that I did something wrong. All right. Shadra, you did the homework. Excellent. You hit that like button. That's what I like to see. Perfect. Okay. All right. So let's continue the quiz. Now, I'm going to make it a little more difficult because now I still want you to complete the phrasal verb with the preposition. But this time, I'm not going to give you the meaning. I just want you to try and put the meaning in context based on the sentence, okay? So here is your next question, all right? And yes, I can't help it. My wife and I, we just had a little baby, so I just like throwing these examples out there. I think little Amelia, is going to take her mother. So that is the phrasal verb, take All right, I'm not giving you the meaning. What is it? Is it take over, take back, take after, take from? All right, so think about this situation if you haven't. And again, even if you're unsure, just take a guess. All right, I would always encourage you guys just to practice, practice, practice. Take a guess. Don't worry if it's not right. All right, it's not about that. It's all about practicing. So, all right, yes, excellent, perfect. Junior, Lali, Mohammed, Sirius, Lata. Yes, the answer is C. After, all right? I think this one maybe is a little easier. I think little Emmy is going to take after her mother. The reason why I just said maybe this is a little easier, Because it really just has one meaning. And this is my question for you, and I want you to practice using it in the comments. Who do you think you take after more? Your mother or father? Who do you take after? Your mother or father? Let me know in the chat. Write me a sentence. Practice using the phrasal verb, or let me know in the comments so I know, yes, this person is participating in the lesson. So again, this phrasal verb has just one meaning, which is great. You can breathe a sigh of relief so that you don't have to try to remember different meanings. If you take after somebody, it just means that you are like them. Your personality is similar to this person. And oftentimes we use it when talking about children and their parents, or people within the family. And you could say, oh, I like to stay up late, all right? Maybe little Emmy's going to take after me, and she will also stay up late. We have the same characteristics, similarities, all right? What else? Oh, Lolly said, I take after my old father. All right, perfect, great example. Walid either, actually. Okay, it's okay. Sometimes people don't take after their mother or father, all right? Excellent. Gibson, both perfect. So, again, to take after somebody, it means you have those similar characteristics. Next question, all right, is right here. He's having trouble getting the breakup. Okay, he's having trouble getting the breakup. Again, if you're just joining us, we are doing a phrasal verb quiz. I'm asking you a bunch of different questions. I just want you guys to participate and answer these questions in the chat or in the comments, okay? So this one, there's actually another phrasal verb we can use. I didn't give it to you as an option. What do you think is the correct answer? He's having trouble getting by the breakup. He's having trouble getting down the breakup. He's having trouble getting over the breakup, or he's having trouble getting up the breakup. What do you guys think? All right, you guys are rocking this right now. Perfect. Hi, Musa. How's it going? Junior, yes. Hello, Amit. Mehi, Dominica, perfect. Rahul, Marzina, excellent, perfect. All right. The answer is C, over. He's having trouble getting over the breakup. And this one, again, this is one that has multiple meanings, get over. So in this context, you have trouble getting over the breakup. You're having trouble overcoming something. And it's talking usually about overcoming something emotionally. The other phrasal verb that I said would also make sense if somebody said he's having trouble getting through the breakup. In that case, to get through means like to survive something, to endure. Now, we can also use it right here. We need to get over there. So in some context, maybe you need to cross a river and you're like, okay, I need to go from here and I need to go over there and we need to get over there to that point. Or and she needs to get over these hurdles before moving on. Again, you're talking about you're getting by some challenge. You need to overcome these hurdles before moving on. This is something that I would say about my baby girl. I can't get over how much she's changed. She's 4 months old. I can't get over how much she's changed. I'm surprised in that context. Or he decided to go ahead and get it over with. I've added one more preposition to this one, and now it is a 3-word phrasal verb, to get over with, all right? To get something over with means you just want to finish it. You are not excited about this thing. You just want to get it over with. For example, some of you out there, you might plan to take the IELTS exam now or in the future. It's not something that you're really like, yeah, let's do it. I'm excited to take the IELTS. Most of you probably feel like, I just want to get it over with. I want to take it. I want it to be done. I want to get it over with. So those are some other great examples about how you can use this phrasal verb. So next question. Are you ready? All right. Let me see if she's available. Please hold. All right. Which phrasal verb? If somebody, they're having, I'm giving you the situation with the picture. So you can see what's happening in the picture. Let me see if she's available. Please hold. Which phrasal verb is going to, which preposition is going to complete that phrasal verb so that it makes sense? What do you guys think? All right. Yes, perfect. Excellent answers. Lolly Jr., Rohan, Stephanie, Dino Apple, what's up? How? Deep Seth, perfect. So then I think this was maybe a little easier. Please hold on. The correct answer is D, on. Let me see if she's available. Please hold on. In that context, it just means please hold on, please wait a moment. And I think we often use this phrasal verb when on the phone. You're on the phone with somebody, you said, okay, wait, please wait a moment. Just say, hey, hold on for just 1 second. Somebody's knocking at the door, please hold on. Or we can say, in this case, hold on to my hand. You're actually holding on to somebody's hand. You are holding on. Here's an expression that you might hear from time to time if somebody's telling a story. And it's a very scary story. And they're like, oh my gosh, they were holding on for dear life. You were able to survive something that was very scary. And you're just like, oh, I was holding on for dear life. I was very scared that something bad was going to happen. I was holding on for dear life. Or in the context of sports, I'd say the team held on to a close victory. The team survived. They held on. They still won. So if you're saying, like, if somebody just says, well, the team held on, then you know that that team won, but they did not win by a lot. So these last two kind of have a little bit of a similar meaning in that you are able to survive and succeed. But one is talking more about fear and the other one is talking about sports, to hold on. All right, your next question is this right here. Our teacher wanted us to read a stack of books, all right? And I found that picture, it was perfect. It's a picture of a stack of books. So it'd say the teacher wanted us to read a stack of books. What do you think is the correct answer? Write it in the chat. All right, you guys are rocking this. Is it read through, read along, read up, read about? What do you think? If you're just joining us, again, we're taking a phrasal verb quiz to help you guys, again, just practice using phrasal verbs. This is how you improve your skills. All right. Perfect. Okay. Yes, excellent. Rohan, Bassam, Lata, Sirius, Anil, Ziad. Yes, the correct answer is through. A, through. Our teacher wanted us to read through a stack of books. So if you're reading through something, then you are reading it from the beginning to the end. And this is a question that I have for you, all right? How many English books do you read through each year? Each year, how many do you read through from the beginning to the end? Practice using this. Write your answer. Tell me in the chat. How many English books do you read through each year? Or let me know in the comments. Again, this is one, all right, just one meaning, okay, which is good. So you don't have to memorize or try to think about, oh, okay, it has many different contexts that I have to figure out. This phrasal verb to read through is just to read something from the beginning all the way till the end. Our teacher wanted us to read through a stack of books. All right, excellent. Deep Chef, 20. Wow. All right, somebody's 0. I appreciate honesty. I appreciate your candor. And that just means I appreciate your honesty. What else? Lolly, 1 book. Okay. Ziad, 3. Sungwon Kim, a half of a book. All right. Hey, that's okay. I know, again, it's time consuming to read books. I would say, all right, it's good to read a little bit each day, even if you're reading like an online article. But other ways that you can use this, instead of just talking about reading through books, people might talk about it in business, reading through documents. Or even more important, make sure you read through contracts. Before you ever sign a contract, you should always read through the contract from the beginning till the end. That is another great way to use this phrasal verb when talking about contracts. Read through. Okay, so now we're going to switch it up a little bit more. I have some more questions for you. This time, you don't have to identify the preposition. I want you to identify the entire phrasal verb. Okay, so I'm not going to tell you what it means. I'll give you the sentence, try to put it in context, and see if you can identify the phrasal verb. So there's no picture on this one. It's just me as though I were talking to you. So I'd say if you miss one of our lessons, then you have to the work. Which phrasal verb would best complete that sentence? All right. It really is just, I guess really I think just one really makes sense. What would you use? All right. If you miss one of our lessons, then you have to the work. And maybe if I were to really kind of get into character and say this, I'd kind of tell you in a little bit of a scolding way, oh, this is what you have to do. You have to the work. All right? Do you have to pay back the work? Do you have to turn in the work? Do you have to do over the work? Or do you have to make up the work? What do you guys think? All right? This one, maybe, okay, a little more challenging. Yes, now, Carla, excellent, Lata, Sangwan, Anil, perfect. All right? The correct answer is D, make up. If you miss one of our lessons, then you have to make up the work. So the key is like you're missing something. So you have to make it up. And if you're making something up, then that means, well, you still have to do it. And often it's used in talking about, well, you have to make up the work. You still have to do the work. You could also maybe talk about making up time, all right? You missed out on the time. You have to make up the time and actually still do this thing. We can also use make up because it does have different meanings. He's great at making up excuses, all right? And if somebody is making up excuses, then they are just creating excuses. It's like you're making up a story. You're creating a story. So in that context, it's like to create something. Often you got to use your imagination if you want to make up stories or make up good excuses. Or I could say in this context, women make up half of the workforce. I'm talking about something as a percentage of something else, or it's a part of something else. So women make up half of the workforce, they make up 50% of the workforce. Or I could say something, makes up 10%, or it makes up 50% of something else. And that last one, why don't you just kiss and make up? If somebody were to say this, then it just means to make things right again. Two people are fighting, and somebody says, just kiss and make up, all right? You want to make up with that person so that you're no longer fighting. You're friends again. That's the context in which you use this, make up. All right, so let's look at the next one, all right? I don't want to do it now. I'll just it until later. All right, this is a separable phrasal verb. Notice I put the direct object between the verb and the preposition. Okay, so again, try to put it in context. It is going to go between which phrasal verb? Is it put it off, work it off, break it off, or turn it off? Which phrasal verb best completes that sentence? What do you think? Write your answer in the chat or write it in the comments, because I just want to hear from you guys, okay? So, yes, excellent. All right, you guys doing great with this one. Yes, Rohan, Lali, Lata, Mohammed, Brayan, Lynn, perfect. You would put it off. I don't want to do it now. That's your key right there. I'll just put it off until later. In that case, if you put something off until later, you are delaying it. You are doing it later. I think all of us have been there. We have something that we have to do, but we put it off until later. We don't want to do it now. We put it off. We can also use it in these other contexts right here. If somebody says, I'm really put off by their behavior. If somebody is put off by somebody's behavior or they're put off by something, it just means that they dislike it. They don't like it. They don't... They just feel like, okay, this thing, I don't care for it. I think it's a little, disgusting, revolting. I'm put off by it. And I think you'd often maybe find it in the context of talking about somebody's behavior, the way somebody's acting. I'm put off by their behavior. Or in this case, we can put the meeting off until next week. All right, you put something off, you are delaying it until later. Actually, now I think that, yes, maybe I made a slight mistake there, but it's okay. Give you another example. Again, that meaning is the same. You are delaying it. You are doing it later. You put something off. So again, the first one, I don't want to do it now. I'll put it off till later. Same as the second one. The meaning is the same, to delay something. We put the meeting off until next week. And often I think this phrasal verb right here, when it's used like that, is separable. You are putting whatever it is, the it or the work you're talking about or the thing you're going to delay will go between the verb and the preposition. Okay, so now this is going to make it a little more challenging, I hope, I think. I am not going to give you any options. I'm going to give you a sentence, and I want you to complete it with a phrasal verb. I want you to think about which phrasal verb would best complete the sentence. Are you ready? So, I tried to make it, I think maybe this is a little easy because, again, I'm not giving you options, so I didn't want to make it too difficult. Every day, my alarm clock at 9 a.m. Every day, my alarm clock at 9 a.m. Which phrasal verb do you think best completes this sentence? All right. And again, I have an answer for you. There may be more than one answer. Maybe you think of something that I haven't thought of just yet. I'll let you know. All right. Every day, my alarm clock at 9 a.m. All right. Junior. Perfect. All right. Some of you, okay, Lynn, perfect. All right. Some of you are just putting the phrasal verb. Other of you, like those names I mentioned, are actually using the correct subject-verb agreement. Every day, my alarm clock goes off at 9 a.m. Right there. Remember, my alarm clock goes off at 9 a.m. But yes, the correct phrasal verb for the rest of you, many of you got this correct, to go off. When you're talking about an alarm, the alarm would go off. It would sound. You can also use this phrasal verb in these other contexts right here. They started running as soon as the gun went off. All right, the gun was fired. So in that case, something goes off, like a bomb would go off. The gun would go off. It's fired. It's exploding. All right. Or you could say, again, somebody like a parent might say to their child, all right, stay with us. Don't go off on your own. If somebody goes off, it could just mean they wander off to a different location, to a different place. And again, maybe a parent would say this to their child, don't go off on your own. I want you to stay with us. Or in this final example, the electricity went out in the past tense during the thunderstorm. In that case, the electricity, when that goes out, it means it turns off. All right. There is no more power. The electricity went out. All right. Next one. Are you ready? So this one, they were in the ocean at sunset. All right. I give you the picture. I feel a little awkward in this picture right now because I feel like I'm next to them and it's like, okay, I feel a little uncomfortable that I'm here. I'm staring over your shoulder. They're having this private moment, but I'm also here. So what could you say? All right. They're romantic. They were in the ocean at sunset. What phrasal verb would best complete that sentence? Maybe this is a little more difficult. Okay, what do you think? All right. All right. Some of you are kind of close. All right. Yes, Junior, Anil, perfect. Serious. So in the picture, you see that they're just kissing. And if we want to say somebody is kissing, then we just say they are making out. Make out is to kiss passionately. And often I'd say it's a way to describe other people. You're not really, unless you're like younger, maybe in high school or you're a kid, you would ask somebody like your boyfriend or girlfriend, say, oh, let's make out. But usually it's used to describe other people, say, oh, I was walking through the park and everybody was making out. All right, so it's just talking about kissing passionately. The phrasal verb has other meanings too, all right? We're having a tough time making out what she's saying, all right? We're having a tough time understanding what she's saying. We can't make it out. We don't know what's happening, all right? We can't understand. We can't make it out. Or if I say again, who should I make the check out to? If you're making a check out to somebody, then you are writing somebody a check. You are making it out and you are signing away on this check and you are making it out to someone. All right. So if somebody says, who should I make it out to? They're asking for a name. What name should they write down? Or this last expression, if somebody says, they made out like a bandit, then that just means that if somebody made out like a bandit, the end result, all right, that they succeeded and they got a lot of money, because a bandit is somebody who would steal money, and it's like, oh, they made out like a bandit. They succeeded and they got a lot of money, or they succeeded in some way that they earned money. And maybe it might not be a very ethical way. It's like, oh, they made out like a bandit. They really, maybe, or it could be ethical. It should be fine. Maybe you buy a house. 10 years later, you sell the house for a lot more money. And you can say, yeah, I made out like a bandit. I made a lot of money. All right? So if you understood most of these phrasal verbs, I want you to let me know. So in the comments, I just want you to write, I am picking up English quickly. That way I know that you understood the lesson, you understood the phrasal verbs, and that you are picking up English quickly and improving your English skills, because that's what I want from you. That's what I want for you guys. I want you to improve. I want you to pick up the language quickly, and I hope that our videos, our lessons are helping you guys do that. So write that in the comments when this video is posted, or if you're watching this later. I'm picking up English quickly so that I know, yes, this person is learning. All right, so I hope you guys learned some new phrasal verbs. I hope you enjoyed taking this quiz, because I would like to do more quiz lessons later on in the future. And please, if you have not done your homework already, hit that like button. All right, do your homework. Hit that like button down below. Write to us in the comments. I'm picking up English quickly. And you can also find us on social media if you want to keep practicing your English there with us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. All right, so excellent. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Sandra, Bushra, excellent. You're picking up quickly. Rosalinda, excellent. Krishna, thank you. I really appreciate it. Be happy now. Gabby, Sirius, Near, Nulafar, thank you guys so much for joining me. Sorry if I missed your names. Try and get as many shout outs as I can. Join me next time. We will be back for another live lesson, and I hope to see you guys then. Thanks a lot for watching, and I will see you soon. All right, so long.